Honestly, let's start off the video by saying that I think I would trade my 1DX3 for the C70. What's going on, bun pushers? My name is David, and today it's clear we're going to talk about the Canon C70, Canon's new cinema camera that they are dropping in December. Let's talk about it in my perspective as a RED Komodo and a 1DX3 user. I swear, these cameras are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and so much more affordable. I swear, if RE makes a camera like the Alexa Micro or something, I'm definitely gonna cop it. Anyways, the Canon C70 is gonna be rocking the RF mount, which means that we're gonna get a wide array and possibility of lenses to be able to use on this camera, meaning we can use RF plus EF and many other mounts, as well as FD, Sony, and all those other ones, because of the versatility of the RF mount and all the new adapters and everything that are really capable with RF mounts. And we also have that on the RED Komodo, which is amazing because, well, that just really expands my capabilities and really lets me use different lenses for different things and different purposes and different situations. For the 1DX3, we are just having the EF mount, which I am completely okay with, to be honest. But let's run through some of the really big reasons why I really love the C70 and why I think I want to replace my 1DX3 with it. First of all, and this is going to be one of the biggest features for anybody who's trying to get into that budget cinema game and get that really good look, is the built-in ND filters. Now, we get this on bigger cinema cameras like the REs and the Canon C200, C300, all of those cameras, but we don't have it on many other cameras. The Komodo doesn't even have built-in NDs, and RED aren't known to have built-in NDs to begin with. I love it. I love a built-in ND because it saves so much time. You don't have to put filters on. It saves weight, saves time, and it just really makes your experience shooting a lot easier. It really gives that ease of use. So built-in NDs is something that I would just like dream for in all of my cameras. That way I don't have to make that extra expense. That way I don't have to carry around a bunch of filters. That way I don't have to like take the time to take it on and off. It just press stop up, stop down, and it's just that simple. Another huge feature that people are going to love out of this camera is a usable 4K 120 frames per second. Now, we know we have this on the Canon R5, which I'm recording on right now, but honestly, the 4K and the 8K aren't even usable on this tiny body. This tiny mirrorless R5 isn't going to be capable of doing it. For some reason, they decided, hey, we're gonna make you overheat. But I don't think the C70 is going to overheat based on these specs and the way that it's going to show itself off. I feel like it's going to be actually very usable and going to be really capable because the C70 is a dedicated video camera. It's not like hybrid. It's not a photo video camera. It's just video. So if they fail this, then like they just kind of like destroyed themselves as a company. Like, how are you going to make a dedicated video camera that can't even keep up? So I don't think there's going to be any overheating issues or anything with this 4K 120. Plus, that creamy quality would be perfect for people like product photographers. And when I do my food videography, I think that 4K 120 would be amazing for all of those shots, those video shots, those beautiful smooth dips and, you know, noodle pulls and all of that. It would be amazing. On top of that, we also get 2K at 180 frames per second. Now we're gonna get a crop from this 2K, but that's absolutely okay because you're getting those high frame rates. And you know, it's pretty well known that when you jump to a higher frame rate, you're probably gonna get that crop in. And all of these resolutions are going to be in 422 10-bit. So that means we're gonna get a lot more control in the coloring as opposed to what we're getting on a lot of the other cameras like the 1DX3 where you're getting motion JPEG and it's just JPEG and it's not that great. But yeah, 4K up to 120 and 2K up to 180 is pretty freaking sweet. I think that that is more than enough for a lot of situations when it comes down to videography because we don't need 6K, we don't need 8K. That 4K is perfect. Now, Canon's saying that we're gonna have 16 stops of dynamic range. I have no way to prove this. I don't have the camera, but 16 stops of dynamic range is pretty amazing. It's a lot. That's good. Good job. This camera's gonna come with Canon's new autofocus and processor systems, which means it's absolutely amazing because I've tested it out here on the R5, I've tested it on the 1DX3, and it is absolutely amazing. It's super fast, super good at detecting, and just really amazing. It's super reliable. I can rely on the autofocus coming out of this new sensor and this new processor from the R5 and the 1DX3. So if it's going to be in this new C70, it's going to be super amazing, and we're going to get autofocus for all of these videos, and it's really reliable. Face detection, eye detection, beautiful. Trust me when I say this. I've used it, and I think, in my opinion, it's the best, hands down, the best autofocus I've ever used. And we're also getting those standard features like the swivel screen, touch screen autofocus, and touch screen, overall control, and dual SD card slots. So that's one thing about this camera that I think makes it super reliable, because we are getting this old reliable SD card thing. So if it was to overheat, if it was to do anything that would make it unreliable, it wouldn't be able to be on SD cards, because if it was writing at speeds so fast that an SD card couldn't handle it, that would cause overheating. But the fact that there is SD cards kind of makes me more comfortable. It's like, okay, I can ensure that my camera is not going to overheat, because it's not going to be overworking itself, because it's able to record to an SD card instead of a CF Express card, which is more capable of taking on those faster speeds, which means Canon's not trying to overwork this camera, but just give it that baseline standard that we're all really used to, but still be able to work and produce amazing images. And we're getting a lot of things that you might see in cinema body cameras, such as the XLR port, or even the timecode. If you don't know what timecode is pretty much something that's used to synchronize and keep track of time when you're shooting. So this means that if you're trying to shoot a short film and Netflix decides to buy it, you can, because Netflix requires timecode. And yeah, so this camera, maybe one day you'll shoot a Netflix documentary or something. Who knows? So at a price of $5,500, this is it's like an awesome, amazingly packed cinema camera into a little compact body, and I am all for it. I think it is an amazing camera. I think it's very promising, and honestly, I think I might want to get my hands on one eventually. So comparing it to the 1DX3 and the Komodo, I like it because, one, it isn't motion JPEG. It's not creating these destructive files, these huge files that are going to destroy my memory card and, not even be able to edit without proxies. However, it doesn't have RAW like the Komodo does. So it is different situations and, different scenarios where I might need to use the Komodo over the C70, or the C70 over the 1DX3, or the 1DX3 over the others. There's just a lot of different situations for a lot of different cameras. But honestly, when it comes down to the C70, I think it is the perfect camera for things like weddings, indie music videos, or commercials and product shots, because of the way it shoots, the capabilities, the compactness, and the ability to do so much with so much high frame rates, and just be able to get that quality out of such a compact camera and know that you can rely on it. Now, I'm not 100% sure that you can rely on it because it hasn't been released yet. I haven't seen too much about it as far as test footage and overheating issues or run times. Honestly, by the looks of it, I think it was going to be an amazing camera. Canon already won me over with the built-in ND and the high frame rates, but honestly, there's so much packed into this camera, and honestly, I can't wait to kind of explore it one day. Like, maybe they'll drop a Model 2 and I'll get that instead, but as of right now, I don't know if I 100% want to trade in the 1DX3 for this camera. Honestly, I really want to, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about whether my jobs are, going to be able to rely on me giving away my 1DX3 and getting a C70 instead. We'll see how it goes. Honestly, I really love the camera. Canon did an amazing job making a dedicated video camera, mirrorless, compact for videographers and just those smaller budget films that are going to be able to utilize this camera, because it is so cheap. At $5,500, they're giving us so much. And honestly, And the reason I'm not comparing it to the Canon R5 is because I believe the R5 is not a video camera, and it's not like a high video camera. Maybe it's like a vlogging camera at most, but the fact that we can't do 4K and 8K without it having overheating issues or even having to worry about it, I don't consider the R5 as a film camera. So it is a photo camera to me. So this is my photo camera for weddings and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna compare it to the R5 because I don't see the R5 as a video camera. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got a little bit of information and a good perspective from me about this camera and how I'm super excited for it. And I think it is such an amazing camera, and honestly I can't wait till it comes out and I can see some test footage and see the quality and see, is it really worth giving up my 1DX3 for this camera. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Drop me a comment below, let me know, are you excited for this camera? What camera are you excited for? Let me know if there's a favorite feature you have in the camera, or what are your thoughts on this camera altogether. Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day, morning, night, wherever you're watching from. Keep pushing buttons, and I'll see you then. Peace.